Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. How about you?
Never been better. How are you, Dimas? I heard that you're sick a couple of days ago. Have you been well?
Yeah, I'm still got quite a fever, and yeah, but I'm better now.
Great. Happy to hear that. How about you, Taskia? It's long not to see you.
I'm fine.
Yeah, everybody's fine. Great. I really like to hear about that. And my friends are all fine. By the way, guys, we have a task about reviewing a journal entitled A Case Study of, what's the title? I forgot. It was a long title. A case study of
In
L2
the middle age,
learning strategy. Yeah,
middle age
something
for
about learning
learning
strategy.
middle
Yeah,
age for
in middle-aged. Great, Aisha. Yeah. And I wonder, have you read the article before?
yeah, sure. I already read it, but maybe I need twice or three times to read it.
Great. Yeah, me too. You know, it's not really easy to digest the journal, the works, and also the theories that needs more comprehension. Um, so let's discuss about what we have got from the journal. What's the problem discussed actually in the journal? How about you, Dimas? Do you want to say something about the problem discussed in the journal?
Okay, so actually, when I read the article, I wonder why they didn't put their actual main goal in the article. So I have to, read it and then make a conclusion of what actually the problems they are going to solve.
I
And
see.
yeah, after I read it for a couple of times, I finally understand that they made this research to find out what are the strategies that are suitable and effective for middle-aged people, and how they master the English language, and how long does it takes for them to master the language. And also their main goal is also to find out what are the obstacles in the learning process and how to overcome them.
I see. So I quite agree with your statement. That's a really long time to read. It really needs time to finally understand what's inside the journal. And what do you think the solution that can solve those problems, Dimas? I want to ask you first because yeah, it looks like you're interested enough with the journal.
Yeah, I guess they must have a good comprehension for this.
Yeah, and so after I read it, the journal, and I find that the solution to the problems uh, that are middle-aged learners are advised to first learn what strategies are suitable or best for them to use. And it is advised for them to get a guidance from their English teacher. And also they have to learn to manage their emotions,
Ah,
because in the journal turns out that emotion really plays out an important role, such as negative emotion that can hinder the learning progress, or motivation that can make the progress smooth. And also it is also recommended for middle-aged learners to use the most current technology. And since most of them are usually gaptech, so it is advised that they are use the most technology and using online sources that are easy to find on websites, YouTube, and other multimedia platforms, so that the learning process is more effective.
I see. Wow, that's a quite complex solutions. I I really immersed with the way that you explain all the solutions. I even can't find those complete answers. All right. In journals, we believe that there are so many theoretical review to support the research. And do you guys think that in this journal, there is some theoretical review that supports the journal to be acceptable, to be it's like more comprehensible or more acceptable? What do you think, Taskia?
I have read this journal before, and I found at least 5 theoretical that support this journal or paper. And this journal, according to Dimas said that before, journalists mainly focus on language learning strategies on middle-aged learners, right? So there are 3 points to support this. What is it? This statement is according to Sun and stems and a Cohen statement. So, and then to fuse or to learning strategies divided from Oxford and from O'Malley Camet. There's and I think from Oxford this paper mainly focus on Oxford views, because Oxford views is divided into 2, direct and indirect stages learning.
Wow. So there are so many theoretical review to support this journal, is it?
Yes, at least 5 theory.
At least 5 theories. That's a lot, I know. Okay, thanks, Taskia, for answering that. All right, so of course, in every research, in every case study, there must be a method used in making the case study. And as I read all the articles, I remember reading about the method used in research in the 3rd page, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that is a kind of experimental research by giving a sort of interview and survey to measure the learning strategies of an English postgraduate to find out frequency and reasons of using learning strategies. And for the interview itself, it involves 3 questions. Those are, the first question is, can you talk about your English learning experience? So the researcher asked the subject of the research about that question. And the second question is asked, do you have any English learning skills? And the third question is, how did you get through the 5 fails in the graduate entrance exam? Since the participant, Mr. K here, right, is 1%, so the question number 3 is really a bit personal, I guess. It relates to the personal life of Mr. K himself. And in the study, it is mentioned that the participant is not used to an openly face-to-face interview, and it is expected to disturb the quality and the validity of the data collected. So the strategy for inventory language learning is used as a measuring tool for this research in hope to be more related to the personal situation of the participant. So that's what I get for the method of the research. Right. Let's jump right on to the next problem. What do you think the population and the sample or the subject of the research? Would you like to give me help, Taskia?
Yes. You said before that this sample or the participant is only Mr. K, right? So the population or the sample data just only for the Mr. K. And this study is, this paper studies focus on the learning strategies that Mr. K used in the past 20 years of his learning English. And then it's only data gather focus on the frequency and causes of utilizing English learning. So I think it's kind of, what is it? Not objective because it's just one person.
I see. So you think so? Yeah, I agree with you. It's not quite objective because the sample is just one person. Yeah, we never know what happens to any other person
Yeah.
in the whole world. Everybody is not having the same situation with Mr. K, right? Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
Because everybody's different, I think.
yeah.
So
I
with
also agree with that.
maybe in this discussion, we should recommend that this kind of case study should involve more participants, is it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do
Yes.
agree.
All right, I see. Okay, let's now jump on to the findings or the result of the case study, the research. Would you like to give me help, Aisha?
All right, so as I already read before from this journal, and I find that the researchers find that the middle-aged learners are proficient in self-motivation and self-management, so they can make it into a typical manifestations for their cognitive strategies. But sadly, they cannot express their emotions and they always ignore their negative feelings. So maybe it can be a barrier for them to learn the second language. And also, they found that they hard to adapt with the fully advantage of information technology. So as Dimas already said that they are a little bit gaptek. So yeah, they find it's hard to adapt like how to use the technology nowadays. And because I already read that the researchers also found the data from the SILL, and they find that the age of participants are closely related to the metacognitive, social, and also the cognitive strategies, and also they less likely to use the emotional interaction for their teaching strategy because, as I said before, they hard to express their emotions and they tend to ignore their negative feelings. Then they less to use the memory strategies because they have a problem with short-term memory, and also they always use the compensation strategy. So as I can conclude that the researchers found that the middle-aged learners have the capability to regulate their language learning process, but they're really, really bad at managing their emotions. So they cannot defeat, or maybe they cannot hide their negative emotions, and it because the learning barriers, the emotional barriers such as lack of confidence, anxiety in learning, and so on. And they hard to memorize because, as I said before, they poor at the short-term memory. So they find it's hard to memorize everything, and it's hard for them to adapt with the technology and the learning activities.
I
What
see.
I'm finding.
So those are really complex findings too. Guys, I
Yeah.
really wonder about one thing. What do you think the range age of middle-aged people? What age
Yeah,
are they, do you think?
wonder about that too, because I think it's kind of
Are we
awkward
included to middle age
nowadays.
too?
No, I don't
I
think so. Because we
it's
can
right.
adapt with the technology, right?
Yeah.
But we can.
So what do you think middle-aged people are? I mean, what age are they? 20s, 30s, or 40s? 40s, 30s to 40s, I guess. Is
I
it?
have no idea. but
I think it's from 18 until 25 or less.
It's
25.
I think it's a middle
Isn't it
crisis,
youngsters?
middle crisis life.
That's a quarter life crisis, I think.
Because
Not the
we're
middle
like
age.
middle
But
age.
but I think it's kind of ridiculous if it's the range around 18 to 25, but they cannot adapt with the technologies.
Yeah, we can. The fact we can, right?
Yeah, that's why I can say that we're not the middle-aged learners, I
Yeah,
think.
I guess, in my opinion, middle-aged people are ranging from 30 up to 40s. You know,
But
because Mr. K, the subject is, I guess, postgraduate student. So it might be, yeah, nearly 30s or more than 30, I guess.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. But you know
I
what's
think
in
he's
my brain?
40
Or
I think it's 40 to
because it is stated
60.
that
Like they find
because
it's hard.
the research stated that he's graduate in the 20 years old, and then he after that he mastered the full English in 20 years. So I guess he's around 40.
Yeah, so
oh,
I guess
yeah.
40 until 60 because they find it's hard to adapt with the technology right now.
and
I forgot about that. I see. So yeah, let's conclude that the middle-aged people are ranging from the late 30s to 40s. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's quite old. All right.
yeah.
what
And
you wanted
wait,
in middle age 40, and how about adult learners? Is
mm,
40 is not adult?
no, I mean for this statement, it's not adult learners or young learners. The language, the context language is not that. Middle-aged and late-aged. I guess that's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So, of course, in many studies, in many researches, there are, of course, things that are not scoped, that are not complete. And what do you think the researchers suggest or recommend for this case study mentioned in the research in the journal, of course? Would you like to answer,
Okay,
Aisha?
so yeah. So after finding the results that the middle-aged learners, maybe we can say that they have some problems, like it's hard to adapt with the technology, and also it's hard for them to memorize. So the researchers suggest some recommendations or maybe something to do for the middle-aged learners. Like first, they should do a deep research about the effective strategies for them to learn the second language, and also define the way how they can manage their emotions, because as you know that emotions, especially for us as learners, it's kind of important, right? For us, if we
Yeah.
cannot manage our emotions, I think it can be insane. Like we cannot do anything without our emotions. So if we cannot manage our emotions, it will be hard for us to keep going to when we face the problem, or when we face the that we need to struggle in everything, something like that. And they also recommend that they should pay more attention to the compensation strategies which can help them to reach the successful conversation and good grades in examination. And also the solution for the memorizing problem, the researchers suggest the middle-aged learners to apply images and placing words into the context. And the researchers also think that they should adapt with the technology, because it's going to be important for them, especially for the educational technologies, because they are learners and it's going to be hard for them if they cannot adapt with it, because as we know that everything is using technology right now. Like when we want to find the resources, when we want to find the articles, we need the technologies, right? So how they can find the resources that they need if they cannot adapt with the technology, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's the best recommendations for the researchers to maybe to help a little bit to overcome the problem. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense that we conclude middle age are ranging from the late 30s to 40s, because they have problem in memorizing and catching things up, and have a
Yeah.
problem in what, short-term memory. Who explained
Yeah.
about short-term memory just now? You or Taskia?
Me.
Oh, you, yeah.
Yeah, as we know
Okay.
that, you
Yeah.
know that, yeah, like our parents, like sometimes they forget about something that they just put, like they ask us like, where did I put the thing, like something like that. So it's kind
Yeah.
of a problem for them, especially their learning.
Yeah, it's already hard for them to memorize things around, and even about all about their kids. Moreover, for
Yeah,
learning a language.
yeah. So it's going to be hard.
I can imagine. All right, and what do you think, guys? I want I wonder one thing. What's emotional relation for a middle-aged people to learning a second language? Do you think that there is emotional problem for them in learning language in their age? Let's say someone has turned into 40 and he needs to master English willy-nilly because in his company, the job needs to undertake a TOEFL test, for example. So willy-nilly, he has to learn English. Do you think he has a kind of suppressed emotional pressure to learn the language?
Yeah, I guess because as we know that in the late 30s, in my opinion,
Yeah.
like you can see in the reality right now, for us right now, if we want to master the English language in our age right now, it's maybe a little bit hard because we have another problems, another obstacles in our life. Then how about them? I think they already late this and they already have family that they should care about, and they should learn at the same time. Maybe it's going to be hard for them, but I still see some people in the middle age learners who take the postgraduate or to learn again, and yeah, maybe some
They
people are
succeed.
enjoying the process, but some of them are not, I think.
Okay, yeah.
How about the others opinion?
What do you think, Taskia, Dimas?
I think it's
Well,
the main
I also
problem.
agree with Aisha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
For me,
they already have okay, that's
It's
Kia
okay,
first.
guys. Keep it up. I like it.
over
Who wants to speak first? Dimas or Taskia then? Ladies
he was
first.
first.
Okay, so, I don't have any opinion though, because I agree with Aisha points. First, they already have too many burdens in their life. They already have so many problems, and it might put on pressure on their emotions, on their psychological, and yeah, it just become a more source of stress.
Yeah.
But there is also a way that it can motivate them. For example, if they learn English because they want to went on vacation, maybe it will motivate them. So yeah, that's just my opinion.
I see. Or get a promotion job. Yeah. For those who pass the TOEFL score of 500, will get the position of the director, for example, like that. Maybe they would learn English because of job promotion. All right. Now, your opinion, Taskia, for the last.
Okay, so I think the main problem of emotion that middle age have is they feel ashamed or feel burdened to learn English or learn second language with us, with the younger age than them.
Feeling insecure, is it?
Yes, yes.
I do agree with that because they think with their age, it's kind of shame. It's shy with their age.
Right in their age, they think that, but they still learn.
But I really give my thumbs up for those middle age who still have eagerness to learn a second language or a third language. It's like, wow, it's wonderful. All right, guys, I guess it's done. I mean, it's a really great discussion with you all today, and I really enjoy talking with you all about the review about our journal, and I wish that we could talk about this in any other time. Remembering that our Zoom is free and it's limit time for us. So I wish later on we're going to talk about something meaningful like this again. So thank you for joining this Zoom meeting, and thank you for collaborating our works in second language acquisition course. And wish to see you guys in offline class. I really miss going to campus.
I really miss you.
It's-
Next semester.
I hope we can go to school.
yeah, hope we can meet again. All right,
Yeah.
let's take a picture first, I guess. Aisha, would
Okay.
you like to capture the screen?
All right then.
Okay.
Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, I will capture in 1, 2, 3. Once again, 1, 2, 3. Done. Great.
Done, great. So thank you for joining this session and bye-bye.
Bye guys. Have a nice rest.